Eric. Nice suit, Doc. Oh, yeah. I wear the same one every day. That's easy. Don't worry. What's going on?
Are you on the phone? Call to order the council meeting of April 3rd. Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Place your right hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, could you call the roll?
I'm sorry, Mayor. Quorum is present for the City Council, Successor Agency, Housing Authority, Finance, and Parking Authority.
Are there any persons present that wish to address City Council, Successor Agency, the Housing Authority, the Finance Authority, Parking Authority, on any item on today's agenda other than a public hearing?
Absolutely. My name is Diane Zambrano, and with regard to item number 5, we've worked many years to eliminate the constant advertising in everyone's face. It is this council and this particular reign of individuals who like to see their faces everywhere, who want more and more and more advertising, which is, in my opinion, an insult to everyone who lives anywhere near them. You know, it's really sad. In most communities, the billboards have been eliminated, and the only thing that is advertised is those things that people can actually buy in this community. And yet, as I go down those very flashy, destructive, in my opinion, billboards on Century, all we're doing is distracting drivers as they try to get on the freeway, distracting new people that are trying to find out where anything is, distracting, and pretty soon you're going to have an accident. In addition to that, there isn't a theater in town that shows a single one of those movies. Most of the things that are on those billboards cannot be purchased in this community. So you are relying solely on the rental facility that on this billboard, your face, your message, your whatever, will only show up one every 5 rotations. Enough already. We worked hard many years to eliminate them, and that's enough. That's similar to those bigger than daylight, biggest building things that constantly suggest you drink more and more alcohol. This is a community that for many years has tried to cut down on alcohol consumption and availability until this particular reign and administration. Again, another insult to community, same as those marijuana shops. But that's who you are, and I'm confident that you've already signed the agreement. One of them actually has the audacity to say that it is the execution agreement as opposed to the others, probably like the other Kane Balmer work that you attempted to do last year behind closed doors without public input.
My name is Willie A.G., and I live in the beautiful city of Inglewood, California, and proud of it. We're not going back to horse and bugger days. I want to speak on consent calendar number 7. I'm proud to stand here and support 10-11 care. I hope it passes because they really putting out some pretty good food now. You know, as chairman of Park and Recreation, I think they're doing a good job, and I support them, wholly support them, and thank you very much, and I hope this council approves it. Thank you.
That will close public comment. And we have a presentation to make, but I wondered, did we have a video before the presentation? Pretty special day for Dr. Wanda Brown. We're going to celebrate her 31 years of excellence. Longest serving.
All right.
Elected official in the history of the city of Inglewood. Without peer. I said she's without peer. She's the longest serving elected official in the history of the city. Dr. Wanda Brown, city treasurer, intelligent, loquacious, articulate, seasoned, but the biggest word right here is tenured. She has more tenure than any elected official in the history of the city of Inglewood.
I ran for treasurer in 1987 and was blessed to win. Did not win the first time, but was able to win the second time. So it was a real blessing. When I wanted to do something to serve my city, I had lived here then about a good 15 years. And so then I got a chance to join some of the local clubs and got a chance to meet some of the local politicians. And I had also served as a volunteer coordinator for the police department. At that time, Joe Roseanne was he was the police chief. So I got a chance to do a little service and did a little service with the Inglewood School Board. So then I decided to run for treasurer and was, blessed to be able to have ran.
I've known Wanda for many years as a citizen and as a contractor doing work here at the city. Once I got to be councilman, I really saw how wonderful she really was and what great things she has done and is doing for the city. She's not only the treasurer, and a treasurer takes care of your money, right? Well, nobody does it better than Wanda because she's been doing it for over 30 years and haven't lost a dime.
Dr. Wanda Brown and I go back since I came in office in 2003, over 15 years ago. And she was there when I got here, knowing that she has been here well over 3 decades. She has been our pillar of making sure that our funds are properly invested, and she takes great pride to acknowledge she has not lost 1 penny of the city's money since she's been in office.
I've known Wanda for a long time, prior to even becoming the city clerk, and she has always been the most sweetest, brightest woman I ever known. My experience working with her has been great. We always tease and say she writes the checks and we run the city, so it's kind of funny.
I've known Wanda as a person for many years. She has great integrity and she has great commitment to the city of Inglewood.
I've been here for 15 plus years and I've known Wanda for far more than that. I mean, I remember when When I was younger, she was already an elected official, so she's been around for a long time, and she definitely doesn't want us to forget that. You know, when I first got elected, you know, she actually brought me into her office, congratulated me, and gave me this gift right here. She said, Eloy, when I first started, they didn't have computers. This was my calculator. This is what I would do the city's finances on. And I want you to keep it, because when you look around and you want to know who the big shot is in the city, I want you to remember it's me, okay? And I said, okay, that's fine, Miss Brown, no problem. And every once in a while she comes into my office and she looks for it and makes sure I still have it. And so I've never forgotten that.
It certainly is a privilege and an honor to work with somebody like Dr. Wanda Brown. But it's not just the work that she's done in her official capacity as a treasurer that has really stood out for me. It's what she does in our community.
She helps others. And that's what I found out since I've been here as councilman. She has a seminar or a class that she teaches kids, teenage kids, how to take care of their money. I
bring kids in from our local schools. And this year was the largest program. I had 42 students. Generally, I don't take any more than about 15 because I like to do the tours of various departments. But I've had such great support, from the staff. The mayor always gives a wonderful overview of the city, and the council support.
Things that were the keys to my success, I was a voracious reader. Because if you read, two things happen. You become more verbal, you get better language skills, you know more words, you know more concepts. Concepts are the key to success in life. You really should thank Miss Brown because she's investing in you. She doesn't have to do this. She doesn't have to do this. But she's doing it because she cares.
Councilman Padilla has provided the food. He's done that for every single program. Betty Griffin have been just wonderful. She does a presentation to show where the sound installation money comes from and what the city is, doing regarding that particular program. Police department is another one. They gave a wonderful overview. That particular interview tour took almost an hour because there were so many. That's, something that I'd like to do to kind of, give back to the, to the community, in appreciation for, them having continually voted me, as their treasurer, to show that kind of trust that they've had in me. So we just, it's just been a wonderful ride.
I want to wish you much success and tremendous blessings on you from this day forward.
Madam Treasurer, it's my honor to congratulate you on 31 years of service. You have performed your duties with pride and distinction, and I am proud to say that I've been city manager during 7 of those 31 years that you've been with the city. I'm also proud of the work that you've done on behalf of the city and the community, and I look forward to working with you for many more years to come. Thank you very much, and congratulations.
Dr. Brown, I just want to say congratulations on your 31 years as City Treasurer of the City of Inglewood. And I just want to let you know that I appreciate you as being your Deputy Treasurer for 18 years. You were one of the first persons who believed in me, and I thank you for that. All of your prayers have helped me, not for me personally, even with my family. I just want you to know how much I appreciate you, and I love you. Thank you. Bye.
Congratulations, Dr. Wanda Brown. It's been great serving with you. I continue to look forward to working with you for many more years. And most importantly, I thank you for your due diligence, your commitment, and your longevity to do your best as our treasurer. It is much appreciated on behalf of the City of Inglewood and the residents thereof. We thank you for great investments and prudent to make sound decisions for our city.
The Economic and Community Development Department of the City of Inglewood wishes Wanda Brown congratulations on 31 years of service to the City of Inglewood. Congratulations!
I just want to say happy anniversary. You've done a great job for the city. Your work is just impeccable, and the things that you bring, different programs and stuff for the kids. She has a love for the kids, and I could go on and on. I just glad to have the opportunity to work with her and hope to continue to be able to work with her. We're going to be here for a while. Yay, Wanda!
Congratulations, Wanda. Enjoy your 31 years of service. Hopefully the program and ceremony to congratulate you will be victorious for you and that you will enjoy it. Thank you.
Congratulations, Dr. Wanda Brown, on 31 years of service with the city of Inglewood.
Congratulations! Congratulations!
Congratulations, Wanda! Dr. Wanda Brown is a person that cares about people. She takes her position seriously as a treasurer for the city of Inglewood. We as a city are in a better position because we have somebody of her stature, her tenure, and her knowledge.
I appreciate all the words you've given me over the years, and most of all, I appreciate our relationship. So going forward, just want you to know, I still know you're the big shot, and congratulations. And please, nobody do a video for me until I'm leaving, because it makes me feel like you gotta go now, Wanda, all right? So anyway, don't say no, don't leave, all right? I'll back you up. Congratulations on all your years of service. I hope you stay another 30 plus years, and I'll see you soon.
Wanda Brown is one of the key people in this organization that I bounce things off of because she has knowledge. So Wanda, congratulations, and here's to the next 31 years. We're looking forward to it.
So Congresswoman Maxine Waters could be here to make a tribute to you. Did you want to go up to the mic?
Mr. Mayor and members of the City Council, all of the elected and appointed leadership of this great city, thank you for including me in this wonderful honoring of a very special human being. I know it was supposed to be a surprise, but Wanda Brown knows everything. And so I'm not so sure whether or not she was really surprised, but I want you to know if she learned about it, it wasn't from me, because I did not go near her or call her or talk to her, despite the fact that we are very, very dear friends. Again, I'm delighted to be here for so many reasons. Number one, Wanda Brown, Dr. Wanda M. Brown, is a very serious human being, and she takes her work seriously. She's well organized, and she absolutely knows what she's doing. She loves this city, and she looks after this city, and she's earned money for this city because she's smart, she's intelligent, she's wise, and she knows how to invest. And you can't say more than that, because I know so many cities around the world that are in deep, deep trouble. And we are very fortunate to have Dr. Brown, who is making sure that the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. And I really appreciate that in her. And now I want to share with you a little bit of something that's outside of her government work, and it has to do with politics. Every 2 years, we run for re-election, the members of Congress. And so we have to get our signatures and pay our little money down at the county in order to officially get, registered to run. And so I call Wanda every 2 years, and we gather on her block with the members of the block club. We have a little lawn thing that we do, and they all sign, and this was started by Wanda a number of years ago, and I can always count on her and not have to worry about whether the people who are signing my petition are registered or not. Everybody in her neighborhood is registered to vote, and I appreciate that support. So thank you, Wanda M. Brown, Dr. Brown, for who you are and what you have contributed to this city and how well respected you are. And more than that, thank you for being my friend. And may I present you with what I know you have a lot of, plaques and accommodation. However, this is mine. And I want this hung in a prominent place in your office so that every time I come into that office, that's the first thing that I'm going to see. Okay? So shall I bring it, or you want to come, or what? Let me just, you sit.
With her. Go.
Congresswoman, why don't you go over to the city seal so we can take pictures of you underneath the... Yes. Hold on, you guys ain't doing it right.
And move her over more.
They're going to stand by for a second. Council's going to join them after our plaque. But I'm going to have to tell you there's going to be a problem with Eloy because we're already over time on the meeting right now because of you. So.
No rush.
This is a special commendation presented to Dr. Wanda Brown for 31 years of excellence. Whereas Dr. Wanda M. Brown became the first African-American elected to the seat of the Inglewood City Treasurer on April 7, 1987, and is currently the longest tenured elected official in the city of Inglewood's history. And whereas Dr. Wanda M. Brown has amassed numerous certifications in her field and has been nationally recognized by the Municipal Treasurers Association of the United States and Canada, including the historical endowment of receiving the Certification of Excellence, which was the first in the city's history. And whereas Dr. Wanda M. Brown has established a City Treasurer Student Intern Program to give back to the city's youth by teaching students on how local elected officials represent the community and the inner workings of city government and its officers. And whereas over 31 years of elected service, Dr. Brown's fiscal responsibility and work ethic serve as an exceptional example for all city employees. And whereas Dr. Wanda M. Brown's current tenure as the city's municipal treasurer has been a budding illustration of a selfless civil servant who serves with both integrity and humility. I don't know about the humility part. And whereas Dr. Wanda M. Brown continues to lead by example and speaks loudly with words of encouragement to uplift not only city residents, but the city employees as well. Now, therefore, be it known that the mayor and council members, along with the City of Inglewood family, do hereby thank, congratulate, and honor Dr. Wanda M. Brown for 31 years of exceptional service that she has and continues to provide to the City of Inglewood, presented this third day of April 2018 by the Mayor and City Council. Okay. More pictures. So, Dr. Brown, aren't you glad we added those television monitors now? Best use of them yet. Item 1, CSA 1 and H1.
Warrant register.
Anybody going to move payment of the bills?
Move payment of bills.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Council members, successor agency members and housing authority members, Dotson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Chairman Butts.
Aye. Madam Clerk, what's the next scheduled matter?
Mayor, the next scheduled matter is a public hearing to consider adoption of a resolution of necessity to acquire real property for the Century Boulevard Roadway Improvements Project.
Has the notice of this hearing been given in the time, form, and manner as required by law?
Notice has been given.
Have any communications been received on the matter?
Yes, Mayor, communications have been received and passed out to Mayor and Council. And there's some on the table outside for the public.
Okay, they'll be received and filed. Is there a staff report on the matter?
Yes, Margarita Cruz was supposed to give the staff report, but I think our outside legal counsel is going to step in.
Sir, identify yourself and give your report.
Submitted to City Council in January a proposed resolution of necessity. Following that hearing, it was observed that there was a typographical error in the report, which we are here to correct. Therefore, the appropriate thing to do is for us to ask you to once again consider the resolution of necessity, and in doing so, correct the record. I'm sorry. The findings which we are asking this City Council to adopt are located on page 2 of the staff report. Those findings are that the public interest and necessity to require the completion of the project is needed, that the described real property is necessary to carry out the design of the Century Boulevard Roadway Improvement Project. Century Boulevard Roadway Improvement Project is carried out in the manner that will be most compatible with the greatest public good and the least private injury, and the City of Inglewood has made offers to acquire the properties listed, and those properties are listed as items A through O in the resolution of necessity. And we've been in continuous negotiation with the property owners, and that will continue. We are in continued discussion with them about design issues. That will continue, but we're asking for authority to file an eminent domain complaint to address those issues which are not yet resolved and which perhaps will not be resolved without litigation.
Thank you. Are there any persons present who wish to address the council on this matter?
My name is Mark Cohen. I'm an attorney, and I represent Grand Pacific 728 LLC. They're the owners of the property at 3900 West Century Boulevard. So, touching on the resolution that you're adopting, the greatest public good with the least amount of injury. They're proposing to take a portion of my client's property. What's not in your report, which is of concern to my client, is westbound traffic. My client enjoys a left-hand turn for westbound traffic into their lot right now. There's proposed no U-turn at Prairie Avenue, although I have heard from the city's attorney's office that they are now considering that. There may be more traffic created by forcing people visiting my client's 180-room hotel to travel 2 blocks out of the way to make a U-turn, then head eastbound and go back into the property. Right now, there's a broken double yellow line, and there's a proposal to put an island in the center. This isn't being considered in the offers made to my client as far as part of the taking, as well as in the plans that I've seen so far. The offers, therefore, may not be in good faith because it actually fails to account for the taking of the left-hand turn. There's also potentially a taking of a loading zone that my client enjoys, although we've heard from the city that there may be a way to resolve that.
Let me see if I understand it. So if we weren't proposing to take that sliver of sidewalk, but we were going to still put the median in, would your position be that the city owed your client money for modifying the median?
You're modifying the median and taking away a right-of-way for my client.
No, I'm saying, if we weren't taking the area of sidewalk, but we were just changing the design of Century Boulevard, are you saying you would have brought an action against the city for removing that left turn capability?
Well, without seeing a traffic study, which I have not seen yet, potentially. I mean,
what I'm saying, you believe that that's legal, that if the city decided after redesigning the street to put a median to protect east and west traffic from crossing at that area to prevent collisions, do you believe that we would owe your client money?
Preventing collisions, it's the taking is taking away.
All right,
westbound
you're answering my
access.
question, sir. Thank you.
Other questions from the council?
None.
My name is Diane Sombrano, and I think his questions go right to the heart of everything that this regime has done recently. You put out broad nothingnesses, not have any specifics, and then after you're halfway done, then you come back and say, oh, well, we had to because we already did X, Y, and Z. On Century Boulevard, long before you started this accommodation for the stadium, you had issues and you put stuff really close to the then street. And just a few years later, you come back and you take that away. All through this particular Let's Make Mr. Cronky Happy adventure, residents who live here and businesses who've been here for years are suffering. And that's all to your delight. That is really sad, and it is sick, and I hope your worship of your golden ram, as it is Easter and you should have known what that reference was, is not going to serve you well. This is not the promised land of Moses.
My name is Willie A.G., and I live in the beautiful city of Inglewood. 53 years. I support whatever this council decides to do, 100%.
Signs, well, and passing a resolution to file an eminent domain action is not necessary. We've told the working on this that we're willing to do what it takes. Bring your own people, move the sign. We don't want to have anything to do with it. So I just want to clear that it's the property owners that I represent. We don't want to fight with the city. We don't want anybody to waste money. The only person who's going to make money if they file that eminent domain action are the lawyers. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Now let me get this straight. The hotel that y'all are proposing is saying that the people can't get to their business because they have to go, if you make the corrections, 2 blocks down, swing a U, and come back to their establishment. That doesn't sound like a very hard thing to do, because people in LA, if they really want to use that facility, will go and do it, you know. But in order to have growth in the city and more traffic, we have to do what safety demands for the public. Okay? So if we have to cut off an access that's going to be a problem, then we should do that. Okay? Now, we'll leave it at that, and everyone have a beautiful week.
In the mayor's absence, the public comment portion is now closed. And is there any council action? Oh, the mayor's back. Okay.
I wanted to clarify something. This project has nothing to do with the NFL Stadium. The design for Century Boulevard was completed in somewhere in around 2014 or 2015. This is a project that has been on the books for north of 7 years. Is that right?
Or longer, Mayor.
Or longer. So it's unfortunate that some people try to whip up hysteria about a project that was designed to increase mobility for Century Boulevard as a thoroughfare, to increase safety on the sidewalks by widening sidewalks, and to increase handicap access. And anyone that is silly enough to try and attribute that to a stadium that was never contemplated when the plans were designed, when the purposes were, I just don't know what to say. We have some people that are just demagogues, that anything positive for the city, they try and turn it into a negative. So to be clear, this project was designed to increase handicap access and space on the sidewalks, to increase safety, to prevent the chance of head-on collisions for east-west traffic, and to beautify Century Boulevard by putting in medians. So I want to make that really clear because some people might have been confused.
Mayor.
Councilman Franklin?
Yes, in fact, I'll reach out to my dean as well for comments. That's Councilman Morales. He and I have been here serving the longest, and we go back many, many years regarding the number of remnants that we've seen for the redesigning of Century Boulevard all the way from Van Ness on the east to Los Angeles on the west. And we've had a number of plans. Recently has been AECOM, but it has been several others even before that. And so now that we're moving forward and we're actually getting traction and more importantly, getting the money that is needed to do this development, it's been long overdue. When you average over 159,000 vehicles per day on that boulevard, we have to make some changes, particularly for the public safety purposes, whether it's for the handicap, the pedestrians, or the people in vehicles, and now recently the cycling, which is now becoming an issue. We have to take all that into consideration. Thank you, Mayor.
And just to add, Mayor, since, Ralph kind of pointed out that we've actually been dealing with this issue for a long time. As a matter of fact, this weekend, on a day, I actually contacted a staff member that knows about how our plan has evolved, because I had a meeting with some of the business folks from Century Boulevard that were concerned that they had heard previously that one of our plans was to shrink a lane from 5, I believe, to 4 at one point.
That's right.
And then we reversed that recently, and how they were talking about how they would impact it would impact each and every business. Those are things we listen to and we take very seriously, but we are addressing issues that should have been addressed little by little for the past 40 years that were never addressed. So while it seems as though we're doing everything in this vacuum, it hasn't. It's evolved over time, and I believe right now we have the best plan that has been part of our idea in all of our years, I would say. So anyway, this is just one step in moving forward. Thank you.
I don't see the Public Works Director, but actually, by law, when you do a street project of over a certain magnitude, you are required to make sure that the sidewalks are ADA compatible. So we have to take these slivers to make the sidewalk wide enough. This has nothing to do with a stadium that wasn't contemplated until 2015. So with that, is there a motion?
Second.
Correct the record.
Madam, yes.
We're doing the adopt resolution, and the recommendation was correct the record for the misspelling in the previous presentation.
I think Councilman Padilla seconded. Madam Clerk?
Yes, sir. Council members Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Butts.
Aye. Move adoption.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
And you're talking about now at this point? Oh, okay.
Madam Clerk?
Second, Dodson seconded.
Thank you. Council members Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Butts.
Aye. Consent calendar items 2 through 13.
So moved.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Council members Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Mayor Butts.
Aye. A1,
Thank you, Mayor. There's no oral reports from the city attorney's office.
M1,
No oral report from the city manager's office.
CC1,
No reports, Mayor. Thank you.
CT1,
Yes, I definitely have a report. I tell you, I am just, I am really, just really totally surprised. I knew something was up, but I just didn't know quite what. But Yakima always had the biggest grin on her face, but, you know, that meant nothing either. But then Thomas told me when they called me, they wanted to do the video, he said, well, something we're going to run on cable TV, you know, to honor you've been here 31 years. So I said, okay. So I thought no more about that. But, you know, I've been all over this city, and, you know, I know just about everybody, and I'm just amazed at the straight faces that that I got, and even the city manager, sometimes would go in his office and walk on his USC rug. But, you know, I just certainly want to express my appreciation, because I am totally surprised. I just had no idea what it was. I just knew something was up. I've enjoyed serving this city during these will be 31 years in June. And it's just been a blessing. And I've seen this city from ruins almost to where it is now. So it's just been a blessing working with all the staff and the council that works together, and the city manager and the city attorney and David, the assistant city manager. I've just have a very good relationship with everyone, the clerk, and everyone's been so supportive, you know, of my program, my city intern program, even the little workshop I gave for the community. So it's just been a very supportive staff. So everyone really seems like, you know, like friends, you know, like family. And Maria once served as my deputy years ago, but, you know, her hands were so full that she really wasn't able to handle anymore. And Deborah has been my deputy for, some 15, 16 years, and Alethea before, and Peggy. So I'm just very grateful, and thank you for the recognition. Thank you.
well, you've seen the Alpha and the Omega, too. You were here long enough.
Appreciate it.
Right. Let's see. The Inglewood Successor Agency is already in session. CSA 2.
Minutes for the successor agency meeting held on March 13, 2018.
Madam Clerk.
Successor agency members Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Chairman Butts.
Aye. Adjourn the Successor Agency. The Housing Authority is already in session. H2.
Approval of the minutes for the Housing Authority meeting held on March 13, 2018.
Move approval.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Housing Authority members Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Chairman Butts.
Aye. H3.
Staff report recommending approval of an assignment, assumption, and second amendment to the first amended agreement with Good Shepherd Homes Preservation, LP, a California limited liability company, for the provision of the replacement housing La Cienega redevelopment project for the Good Shepherd Homes located at 512 Centinela Avenue, Inglewood, California, 90302.
Approval of the second amendment?
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Housing Authority members Dodson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Chairman Butts.
Aye. We'll adjourn the Housing Authority. The Finance Authority is already in session. F1.
Approval of the minutes for the Finance Authority meeting held on March 13, 2018.
Move approval.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Finance Authority members Dotson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin. Chairman Butts.
Aye. We'll adjourn the Finance Authority. The Parking Authority is already in session. P1.
Approval of the minutes for the Parking Authority meeting held on March 13, 2018.
Move approval.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
Parking Authority members Dotson.
Aye.
Padilla.
Aye.
Morales.
Aye.
Franklin. Chairman Butts.
Aye. We'll adjourn the Parking Authority. There are no appointments to commissions. Public comment. Any persons wishing to address the City Council on any matter connected with city business not elsewhere considered may do so at this time.
Good evening. My name is Larry Stamps off of 83rd Street. I'm coming to speak on behalf of the permit parking that we received a year ago. Now we have residents from around the corner on Crenshaw Drive are buying parking stickers from the residents in the apartments on the corner of 83rd Street. So they're not scheduled to even have a parking permit, but they have them and they're parking back on the street again. I speak to Miss Perry. They came out at the end of the year and give tickets to the ones that had them, that wasn't supposed to have them. It wasn't going to get them back, wasn't going to let them have them again. Some individuals came in the first of the year to try to purchase them. They wouldn't let them purchase them. Well, now they're buying them from the people in the apartment building that stays on 83rd Street. They're not using them, so they're selling them to the people around the corner. So the problem that we had is right back.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Stamps.
Okay.
Parker Jr., Vietnam veteran, 66-67, conscious objector. Been reading the papers. Fired another veterans administrator. First of all, the VA, which disappeared from under the Congress in 1971, not the problem, never has been the problem. Every last one of these presidents from Obama back and Trump as well should be, this is not an ethical issue. It is not a Privacy Act, which they instituted back in 74. This is treason. President or whoever, when you do, United States President, Commander-in-Chief, Naval Intelligence, and Army confiscate your information and create an information concentration camp. That is treason. It's not ethics. It is not privacy. You cannot get your information tried. My number is 323-842-336. Come see me. I will show you. And this was, like I said, before calculators, not this digital.
Thank you,
not
Mr.
all this
Parker.
laser stuff you've been doing, okay?
Thank you,
This is
Mr.
phony,
Parker.
what they call funny news.
Mr. Parker, we're at time.
They're feeding you funny news propaganda.
Mr. Parker, we're at time.
It is always fascinating that when I come here and ask you to do something for handicap accessibility, nothing gets done. But then you sit here and say, I don't care about handicap accessibility. How long did you not have access in the library to the third floor for anyone who couldn't climb stairs? Oh, guess you forgot that.
My name is Willie A.G., and I live in the beautiful city of Inglewood, #1 city in the United States of America. I stand here today so proud of our city treasurer, Ms. Wanda Brown. You know, I'm going to let you guys in on a secret. That's my cousin. My blood is running through her vein. Her blood is running through my brain. No wonder I'm so smart. You're a genius, lady. I love you. Appreciate you. And your whole family love you and just doing what you want to do. You're one of the people that This has been a long time coming. Got it now. And it's great. Absolute. I know your feeling. I think like you. Okay? Thank you, Doctor.
I too would like to address Miss Wanda Brown. I come to the city about 7 years ago. Years after that, I was sitting one of the city council members, and you did a trade. I have a background in accounting, and you impressed me. You really impressed me, the amount of money you saved this city or made this city. Thank you very much.
I would also like to say congratulations to Ms. Wanda Brown for all your years of diligent duties, and thank you for all your things. You have just been a very, very kind human being, one that looks out for the community, and you're just a special friend to everybody. I remember that you went through some health issues. The Lord brought you through those health issues to bring us back to so that we can, as a city, stay blessed. And thank you for all you do, and may you continue to do that for as many years as you feel free. Thank
To me, that you could stay here for 31 years in the first place. And do it with the style and grace that you did, it's very amazing to me. So my hat's off to you in all those ways, because to come from where this city came from to where we are now is it's just truly amazing to me. So you had to be a wonderful person in more ways than one to stay here, go through what this city went through, and still do your job and do it well. So thank you very much and much success. I'm like Eloy, that doesn't mean you leave. This is just congratulating for 31 years. Now, the other 31 we'll see about, okay? Thank you so much. All right, I had the pleasure this weekend of going to the Willie A.J. Playhouse. Now, I know most of you know where that is. If you don't, you should. Now, this play was free, and it was done. The name of the play was When Divas Were Divas. And Mrs. Sharon Grimes wrote this play. And one of our District 1 residents starred in that play, Shelley Boone. And she played Mrs. Josephine Baker. And it was a play about Sarah Vaughan, Bessie Smith, Billie Holiday. It was really a wonderful play. And I want to tell you, if you have not been going to these plays at the Willie A.J. Playhouse, you've missed out on a great, great time. Now, more than likely going to start charging, so get ready, but it won't be a tremendous amount. But, you know, people don't work for nothing. But they did a wonderful job on this play. If you did not go, and I know you didn't because I didn't see some of you there. So next time when this comes out, make sure you go to that play. I also had a chance to go to the Miracle Theater, where Carolyn Cook, the youngest daughter of Sam Cooke, sang her father's songs. And she also did some of her original songs. It was very well attended. I even saw Councilman Padilla and his wife there. We went from the Playhouse over there, Dr. Wanda Brown and my assistant, Alicia Smith. We all went over and we had a wonderful time. It was really, now that one was a cost of $20. So please take advantage of the entertainment we have right here in Inglewood. I know we are known as the city of champions, but we can't be known as a city of great entertainment. So thank you very much,
Have a great week.
Thank you, Councilman Dodson. Councilman Padilla, District 2.
Thank you, Mayor. Dr. Brown, what can we say other than congratulations and keep doing what you're doing because it's working. Besides being involved in doing the finances, more importantly, I want to congratulate you on what you do for our kids, for the children in our community, to help them prepare for their future. I've seen the smiles on those faces, and that says it all. So with that, thank you and congratulations. Real quick, couple items I want to talk about as save the dates. So I've been talking about the LA County Fire Department's going to do a recruitment seminar tomorrow at Rogers Park. Well, if you didn't already sign up, it's too late. Standing room only already. We actually have a waiting list for that. That's tomorrow over at Rogers Park at 6:30. So I want to thank everybody that signed up, and I look forward to seeing everyone out there tomorrow to talk about a career as a firefighter for LA County. I also want to thank there's a section in District 2, North Inglewood, called La Tijera Village. It's north of Centinela, west of La Brea, east of La Cienega. The mayor and I were at a meeting there Saturday. It was called a welcome wagon meeting, and where they welcomed the brand new residents that bought in that section of North Inglewood. And so it was a really great event. The mayor and I enjoyed getting to meet some of the new residents and talking about everything that Inglewood has to offer. And I got to tell you, in talking with the residents, as it is with talking with residents throughout the city and business owners, they are so glad to be living and to be a part of what we're doing here in the city of Inglewood. So it was a really good event. We have a couple of other events coming up in District 2. On Saturday, May 19th, I'm hosting an art show. It'll be at True Vine Church on Centinela, and we'll have flyers in the next week or two out there for you to pick up. But that's on Saturday, May the 19th. That following Saturday is the LA County Fire Department's Fire Service Day to recognize all firefighters. And this is a citywide event that's going to be hosted at the Fire Station 172 over on Centinela as well. Everybody is welcome to come out. We're going to be doing a pancake breakfast at 9 o'clock in the morning, and then we're going to be doing hot dogs that are being sponsored by 7-Eleven, and that, again, will be at Fire Station 172 on Saturday, May 26th. Coming up on April the 7th, on a Saturday, also, the Rotary Club is hosting a day of gifting. It's a day to give supplies for our seniors, and what we're looking for is wheelchairs, canes, walkers, personal hygiene items. They're going to collect them on that Saturday at the District 2 Community Center. They will be dispersed at our senior center in May. With that, again, I want to thank everybody for coming out and enjoy the rest of your day. Have a beautiful week.
Thank you. Councilman Franklin, District 4.
Well, now that Councilman Dotson and Councilman Padilla took our minutes,
Seriously.
I'll just take 30 seconds to say, Wanda, thank you very much as a friend and a professional. Your perseverance, endurance, good attitude, but more importantly for me, your legacy. You learn to not only acquire the knowledge, you give back to our future. And on that, I thank you very much. But unfortunately, Mayor, I got to close the meeting in honor of a longtime block club captain, a resident of District 4, who was her own community activist, helping us improve the quality of life for the city of Inglewood, in particular District 4. Please help me close the meeting in honor of block club captain on Van Wyck Street, Mrs. Callie Jones. Thank you very much.
Councilman Morales, District 3.
Thank you. We've covered a lot, but so I'm good with that. But I do want to just touch base seriously. Wanda, you awesome friend. You always say positive things to me, and that means something when you're down, as an elected official. So I'm big on you for that. But aside from that, I mean, just the fact that you've managed to be here for 31 years. I mean, people don't realize just the heavy toll that politics takes on you and what you've withstood, so that should be respected. For me, on a personal level, you are part of an era that I remember, and you know, you're the only one still here from that era, and you know, I commend you for that. It was a special time in Inglewood, a time of transition. We didn't have too much to point at, but we were a very proud city, and your generation taught me that. So I'm glad we're honoring you today, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Well, Wanda, you know, in 1987, I was a captain of police in the police department. That's how far back your tenure goes. And in 2010, we ran against each other for mayor. And I would tell you this, that I've had no bigger supporter, no greater resource, no greater fountain of institutional knowledge than the city treasurer. And we're very fortunate to have her. And when I said she's seen the alpha and the omega, she's seen the alpha, she's seen the omega of the decline, and then she's seen the resurgence. That's how much time her tenure spans. And so we're grateful to have you here. And I wanted to say I was over at the, speaking of the alpha, I was over at the construction site today for a construction briefing to see where our progress is. And I have a picture, and I'll have to show it next week. I didn't have them loaded, but you would be amazed how far along they are. They have the bowl of the grandstand all in now, and they're ready to start building on top of that, the substructure for the grandstand. Driving by, you really don't have a sense of what they're doing because the bowl is sunk 100 feet into the ground, but you would be amazed. And in the construction trailer, they have a construction clock, which gives the estimated date of completion. The number up there was 756 days until completion. That translates to April 28th of 2020. Dave Inglewood makes progress each and every day. We widen our sidewalks, facilitate our handicapped, do the things that you're supposed to do, and we do the huge things that no one could ever contemplate doing. I want to close the meeting in the name of Mrs. Callie V. Jones and Rosalind Sellers, the mother of Katie, one of our video technicians. We're adjourned.